Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. I thought I'll go over a quick video on gold and SnP. As we were anticipating, there was a buy signal on April 22nd, which I mentioned. It's a nice bullish move up, and I also was wondering if 1750, 1768 is gonna let that market stop that market and reverse it. I haven't followed it on Friday, but let me just explain what are the probabilities and what we're looking at. On a weekly chart, we are in an overbought level. Any price above 1750 is an overbought territories. We're just the market doesn't just go through it easily. It likes to pull back and make few corrections, and before it continues going higher. So we are overbought on a weekly chart, and the cycle is also overbought. We're looking for a pullback on a weekly chart, but on a daily chart we had that move up, and the market actually couldn't go through the 78.6 Fibonacci level, and this is I had this 1768 resistance based on that bar high, which was a reversal bar. We made a new high and then reversed back down, and that explains that a lot of sellers were sitting in here and pushed the market lower. So every time we buy a pullback, we are not sure if the market will reach the mentioned targets, or if the market's going to reach that target, which I mentioned in one of my tweets. To test the high was 788. 1800 area, or it's gonna fail at one of those prior reversal points, and it happened to be just under that area at a 78.6 Fibonacci. So just make it clear, clean the chart, do this, and as you can see, this is the level. So 1762 is the current level, which we reversed at 1764. So in that case, as long as 16764 is not taken out, this is a lower high, and expecting the market to correct down. And if looking at a weekly chart, we are at the overbought area, so a correction of A, B, C, move lower, expecting the gold to go down to test this area. We triggered the sell on Friday, but we managed to close above the previous day low, which gives us still we might later today when futures open, we might gap down and continue going lower. That doesn't really matter because everything's reversing. We could stay for a couple of days, retest that high again, because we still have room for the cycle to go up. And depending what the equity market and the S&P does, usually it does the opposite in gold in general, but nothing is written in stone in trading and in markets. So having said that, as long as this area 1764, 1768 holds next week, and we close below Thursday's low or yesterday's Friday's low or close price, and we take out the low here as 1725, I expect a pullback to this area. So this would be an ABC move, and we'll look for technical support in this area. just trying to, and maybe possible lower to 1650. It remains to be seen. Just keep an eye on this and see how it develops. The moment we take out those 1764, then I expect a retest of the 768 and maybe continuing to the 788. For the time being, no confirmation yet, but we'll be watching this area. People can go short here with a stop above this or above the 168. But I don't give signals because this is done, each person has his own signals, his own risk tolerance, and how to manage risk accordingly. So this is how the setup looking on a gold chart, futures gold, that's June contract. So let me go back to the SnP and see how it goes. Okay, here's the SnP daily chart, and still we're struggling. We did the ABC, we reached the symmetrical 100% projection, we reversed down, we went back up, and we couldn't sustain it on Thursday, and the market on Friday does the things that usually Friday is a low volume day, people close their positions, and as long as the CCI is above the zero line, we're still looking in strength about the market looks, the momentum still strong to the upside, as mentioned in my tweets. So this is an area we went below Thursday's low but reversed right away. So the cycle here is the stochastic is moving to the upside, and this might give us a buy opportunity. I wouldn't buy against these highs, honestly, unless you're an experienced, you know where to enter, where to exit, and how to manage your risk. But let's just do the analysis here without anything. This might trigger a reversal back up for 3 to 5 days, so we could chop around or move higher, sideways to up, if we take Thursday's high, the 2836.37 area. The high was 35 on Friday, and we closed at the high. So if we gap above the 2837, then the market might push towards 2875 to 2885 test, and if we take it out, we continue higher to 3000. It still remains to be seen how the market reacts to these area. I mean, if the market pushes higher, the gold most likely is going to go down, as in my previous chart and the gold analysis. There isn't any clean high probability setup. You can always buy any price and put a stop underneath, but this is not what trading. You have to look for very high probability location in terms of context, in terms of momentum, in terms of the cycle, and that's where you place your bets. You can go down always to a smaller time frames and look for other opportunities to manage risk accordingly, but it's a more advanced kind of trading for people with experience on how to do a multiple time frame top-down approach and how to trade those levels. Just to keep, this is just the overall ideas I have for this week. Let's see what happens tonight, if we gap up or gap down on any news, and we'll see how it plays out. So I hope that gives you an idea of my thought process and how I'm seeing the markets this week. Keep that in mind, and if you're trading, all the best of luck. If you're just watching, don't get into the FOMO and the fear of missing out. Wait for the higher probability setup, and build your confidence and slowly find what works for you and manage your risk accordingly, and just use these videos as a guideline. And wishing you all the best. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and stay safe. Have a good day.